Well, boys, we just saw the Nintendo Direct. Wow, this for me was way better than the last Direct. If you guys remembered my last video where I did my thoughts on the Nintendo Direct, I felt that the last Direct was pretty disappointing. I was pretty disappointed. I forgot everything I said in that video, but as I watched the Direct, I was disappointed. This Direct had fire literally every single reveal, it felt like. A lot of it that I wasn't expecting, some that we knew was gonna happen, happened. Like, you know, we knew a new Fire Emblem game was going to happen eventually, but not a sequel to the Warriors, or I don't know if it's not really a sequel, but it's still in the Warriors series. And then Xenoblade Chronicles 3, we knew that was definitely happening. But there was a lot of in here that no one was expecting. But let's go ahead and get started. I mean, I talked about Fire Emblem Warriors, a new Fire Emblem Warriors game. I'm still really hoping that one day we get a Xenoblade Warriors game from Koei Tecmo, because a Xenoblade Warriors game just makes sense. I felt that was like the next project they were gonna do. I felt like so confident in that, but that didn't happen here. We got a new Fire Emblem Warriors game that's gonna be based upon the Three Houses series. Now, I have not finished Three Houses. I don't know if this is kind of like a sequel to Three Houses, a prequel, or if it's even canon at all. Because like I said, I haven't beat Three Houses. I'm going to. Don't worry. I'll beat it before Three Houses, the Fire Emblem Warriors Three Houses come out. I think it was called Three Hopes is what the title is. So that's going to be pretty exciting. It's coming out June 22nd. That also surprised me that they just announced that it's coming out in 4 months from now. So that was pretty surprising. Got a little update on Advance Wars. We knew this game's release date got leaked, but it was never publicly announced from Nintendo, so everyone was wondering why we haven't seen it, considering this release date was leaked, I think, about like 3 weeks ago. But it is coming out April 8th, I believe. We knew it was happening, but we got more details on it. It's going to have online play. It seems like they're really trying really hard with this game, putting as much content as possible, which does make me feel better about spending the $60 now, because I was a little when they announced the $60 price tag. But now that we're getting online play and all this new content that they're putting into it, it's definitely looking more like a $60 game. So I'll definitely be picking that one up. And then Nintendo threw this out of nowhere. This is kind of one of those announcements that I felt like they would have ended on, just because people have been wanting a new one of these for so long. And the way Nintendo just announced it, that to me, they announced it like it was nothing. A new Mario Strikers game. They are making a brand new Mario Strikers game, and it's coming in 4 months, June 10th to be specific. I've never played a Mario Strikers series game, never played any of those games, so I'm very excited to see this one. I want to know who's developing it. By the time this video comes out, I still don't know who's developing it, or by the time I'm recording this, I mean. But it's going to be great. This game's going to have online. They gave an overview of the style. The style looks amazing. Everything about this game looks really fun. This is one of those sports games that the Mario series that I think I'm actually going to play more of. I hated the golf game. God, I hate Mario Golf. I hate that game. But I hope they reveal who's making the game, because I think that'd be interesting. So I think it was Next Level Games that made the last few Strikers games. And it's crazy that we're seeing it make a debut. I think the last time we saw it come back was in the Wii. Although I think the Wii was like a port of the GameCube. I might be wrong though. Either way, that's still exciting, because a lot of people are really pumped for that. Splatoon 3 had this really cool trailer. Not too much was revealed. They announced more about the Salmon Run mode, which I felt that was obvious is coming back. They're adding like bosses to it, which again, I didn't play Splatoon 2 Salmon Run that much, but I thought bosses was already a thing. I guess not, but that's pretty cool that they're now adding bosses to it. I thought it was pretty cool how they opened it up, them coming out of a helicopter. I thought that was crazy. But Splatoon 3 has yet to have a release date. I think that's very interesting, because I had been told before that there is a possibility that this game's getting delayed to late summer. I was told that they were trying to make a deadline to make it for a May release. Now that they're not saying what the release date is, I'm starting to think that the game is getting delayed to late summer, like my sources said in the past, so we'll just have to see on that. Kirby, they did show a new Kirby trailer. I haven't kept up much of the Kirby news, but I'm actually excited to play this. The only Kirby game I played was Star Allies. I played a little bit of Superstar, I think is what it's called, the one that was on the Super Nintendo, and then I played like 1 hour of Amazing Mirror. So I'm not much into the Kirby games. I want to play more Kirby games, so now I'm getting that opportunity. I want to play some of the older Kirby games though down the road. We got Crocs. Sorry, one of my friends calls Chrono Cross Crocs. But Chrono Cross is revealed for the Nintendo Switch, and don't be surprised if we see some news on Chrono Trigger down the road. There's definitely going to probably be an HD 2D remake of Chrono Trigger, because everyone knows that that's the one that we won't. Or I actually haven't played either. Chrono Cross is still pretty cool. That's a very big deal, especially since it kind of seemed like we were getting a remake of that, according to leaks, and it was going to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive. So it makes you wonder, are we still getting that remake for the PS5 or what? Because it is going to be interesting hearing about what's happening with that. Speaking of PlayStation, we had PlayStation at the Nintendo Direct with the MLB game, which, dude, this game looked horrible on the Switch. I'm surprised PlayStation wanted that shown. I know that PlayStation really didn't want their games on other platforms. They were forced, or they weren't forced. They were going to lose the license to make the MLB games if they didn't put it on multi-platform. So PlayStation just went ahead and was like, okay, we'll make sure it's on other platforms. I'm wondering if they're purposely trying to make every platform other than PlayStation's versions of it bad. That way no one has to buy the Switch or Xbox versions of the game. I'm not sure, but it's still weird seeing the PlayStation Studios logo there on a Nintendo Direct. That was crazy. But the game is horrible. It looks horrible. Maybe that was just bad footage or what, or maybe I was looking at the wrong footage, but to me it looked like it was running at 2 frames per second, because that game, it looked horrible. I thought this was funny. Kelowna, I have an interesting history with the fan base of Kelowna, so seeing that Kelowna finally had not a reboot, but a new game of their original games being added to the new platforms, that was kind of funny for me, but I know the Kelowna fans are really happy, so that's pretty cool. And then Portal, dude, Portal, this was like probably the biggest announcement for me, or not the biggest announcement, but the most unexpected announcement. Valve is making console games again. That was insane. I can't believe that. Makes me wonder what's happening with Valve. If we might see Left 4 Dead 2 on the Switch, dude, that would be awesome. I'm kind of curious to see if they're putting this Portal collection that's coming on the Switch later this year on other platforms, or if they've even announced that. They might have already announced that, if that's going to be a Switch exclusive, because we knew, according to leaks years back, that Valve really liked the Nintendo Switch, and they were supposed to be making a Half-Life exclusive game. Not Half-Life 3, but a spin-off was supposed to be coming to the Switch. So it makes me wonder, could we be seeing that Half-Life Switch game that was originally supposed to be coming out? And are we going to see more of Valve? And are we going to see Valve come back to gaming consoles? Or is this just a one-time thing, making a port collection of Portal 1 and 2? All I'm saying is, please bring Left 4 Dead 2. That would be awesome on the Switch, because World War Z, it's fun, but it's trying to be Left 4 Dead, and I just want that. And then Back 4 Blood, that's not coming to Switch. So please, Valve, if you're watching my video, please put Left 4 Dead 2 on the Switch. We got Wii Sports on the Nintendo Switch, which is called Nintendo Switch Sports. This was pretty unexpected also. I felt they kind of was not going to do this, considering we had Clubhouse Games, which featured a lot of the games that Wii Sports was going to have. But they're bringing Nintendo Switch Sports into a thing that comes out, I think, at the end of April is what they said, which that was out of nowhere too. I'm surprised they announced that here. And they're using some of the accessories from the Ring Fit Adventure game, which makes me wonder what's happening with that. Are we going to see more games using the accessories from that? But it's coming out at the end of April. They're going to have a free DLC update that has golf in it. I'm hoping they add boxing. That would be awesome if we could get some boxing, boom. But that would be pretty cool. I want to see that on there. And hopefully we get Nintendo Switch boxing. That'd be awesome. But it's coming out at the end of April. This is funny, just considering that this is like, the third time they made like an HD not re-release, but HD release of Wii Sports, because they made it on the Wii U, wasn't successful. It was like an awful launch with that. Then Clubhouse Games, and then I guess this is the third attempt, so I don't know. I think it's funny. Earthbound Beginnings and Earthbound is coming to the Super Nintendo and NES platforms for the Nintendo Switch Online. This surprised me how long it took to get these games on the Switch. I don't know why that took so long. I think I mean, we already knew Mother 3 was never happening, but if you needed another confirmation that Mother 3 was never coming here to America, here you go. Because we are not getting Mother 3. If we were getting Mother 3, they would have announced it here. It's not happening. Never happening. I'm sorry to be ruining your dreams right now, but it's not happening. Just move on. Mario Kart DLC. This also took me by storm because they kind of baited people thinking like they were going to be sharing some new Mario Kart news on like a new game or something. And this kind of makes me question about what my leakers were talking about, because they told me about a year ago that we were going to be getting a Mario Kart 9. And it was going to be on the Switch. It was going to be huge. It was going to have a lot of new maps and all of that. I'm questioning if we're still going to get that, considering they've announced that this new Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC map that has map packs, I guess is what you would call it. It's a 48 stages DLC pack that you're getting for $25, or if you have the Switch Online expansion pack, the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, you get it for free still, with Animal Crossing DLC being free also. So that's pretty cool. But they said that they're going to be releasing these maps till, I think it was 2023. I think that's what was said. So it makes you wonder. That sounds like we're not seeing another Mario Kart game on the Switch. Guess we'll have to see. But more stages. I just wish they would do more characters. If you really think about it, we don't need a new Mario Kart game. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is great. It's just people want more. And we're getting more with these maps, or tracks, whatever you want to call it. It'd just be nice if we could get more characters, because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has probably one of the worst Mario Kart rosters. So that would have been nice if they could have added some more characters in there. And then this, by far the best announcement, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I have so many questions. This one makes me really excited because they're combining the story elements from the first two games into one. It seems like we could be seeing characters from both games. There is a lot happening in this trailer. There's this sword that looks like the Monado, so I have so many questions about Xenoblade 3. But I'm excited for Xenoblade 3 because to me, it looks like they're taking more story elements from the first game. It reminds me more of the first game than what the second game did for the story. So I'm hoping we see more of the first story's elements in the third game, because I really liked the first game. The second one was good, but I felt like the first one was way better, and it seems like they're kind of going back to the roots, just judging off that one trailer. Either way, it's going to be exciting nonetheless. It's coming out in September. That's also surprising, especially since I was told that it wasn't going to be coming out this year anymore, so my leaker's all over the place, so I don't know what's happening there, but I'm very, very excited. Overall, this Direct was, in my opinion, amazing. I felt like it was one of their best. E3 was probably the best. I don't know what was the best. This was still a really good Direct. If there's an E3 Direct, that's going to be crazy because, wow. Oh, wow. There's a lot of Nintendo here. I can't wait for this. This is going to be exciting. I can't wait. But honestly, I think this was like a 9 out of 10 for me. What it needed more? I think I wanted more third-party stuff. The thing I was really hoping for, and the Direct's still great nonetheless without this, was this Batman collection rumors that was happening for the Switch. Looks like those were probably fake, so it is what it is. But this was an amazing Direct, guys. I uploaded all my reactions. I did a highlight reel, and then I did a separate video on my Xenoblade reaction. Go check those out if you guys want. I've been talking for way too much. Make sure to backslash that subscribe button. Like the video. Check out my Twitter. Check out my Storyfire. Check out my Instagram. Check out my Twitch. Check out all the podcasts I'm a part of. Wow, that's a lot of things to check out. I will see you guys in the very next video. Peace.